It's day 2. It's Yucatan Progreso day. I just walked through the casino. I was supposed to be at the theater like 30 minutes ago. That's what they say, right? But let's be real, like I don't meet up at the exact time for our shore excursion. Like that stuff's nonsense to me, because I'm like, dude, really? The gangway don't open till 7:30. I'm not meeting up there at 6:45, you know what I mean? So it's 7:15. I'm gonna run it here, get my ticket, meet up with the group. See, look, here we are. Imagine if I actually would have showed up super early. It'd be like no point, right? So yeah, see, look, everyone's still here. Just piece of advice, you don't have to show up at the exact time that they tell you, you know what I mean? Okay, so word to the wise, don't show up too late like I did. I showed up like 30 minutes late. And here's Yucatan Progreso. You can see in the distance some of the whatever, but this port is more like I don't know what you call this, more like a industrial type port versus like the traditional cruise port where there's only cruise ships that dock in there or part of there. So this one, the cool thing about this port is if you don't do an excursion, they have free shuttles that'll take you into the city. I gotta catch up with my group. I'm pretty sure that's them in the distance there, so I just gotta catch up with them. Okay, so I'm at Chichen Itza. Now, I apologize for the audio quality, but they have a rule here. I did not know this. We just got here. We took the 2-hour bus ride. I didn't know that you have to pay for GoPros. It's 60 pesos, which is $3, to bring your GoPro inside and film. However, if you watch the channel, you know that I have the GoPro, the Volta, which has the microphone and everything. They won't allow me to bring this in here. So luckily I have another GoPro that I use for like underwater stuff. So I'm using this one right now with the tripod. So man, this is just absolute like craziness.
That's the pyramid you always see on Google.
Yes.
On the websites.
Yes.
That pyramid is known as the castle. Because when the Spaniards came here, they saw the structure and they thought, oh, it looks like a European castle.
Because I traveled with 3 children. So each time I take one kid. So this time we're going to this one and then Chocoban.
There you are, there's one of the ruins there. Man, it looks really nice. And they have some stuff over there. Unfortunately, they won't let you walk up there. That would be pretty cool to get a cool photo of that.
The snakes
on
the staircase, every 21 of March, it's about to happen. When the sun is over there behind the ball court, it's projecting the light, the sunshine, on this face, on that face, which produces, a light show basically, because the 9 platforms, the 9 corners are projected on the staircase, and it looks like the body of a snake, like the body of a snake descending from the sky. And this is the only face, the north facade of the pyramid, who is having the heads of rattlesnakes. If you really look, really pay attention to the main entrance of the temple, you will see that the columns were carved as the rattle of the tail of a rattlesnake.
Once again, 1, 2, 3. And the last time, 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Oh,
if
wow.
you guys like,
cool.
That's pretty cool. It's clapping and you can hear the sound up there coming out of those holes there. It's a pretty cool sound.
Basically, what we know is that it happens in any other place with a flat spot, a flat area and stairs, because it's a physical phenomenon. Even in the stadiums, for example, if you clap before the stairs in a flat area, basically the echo or the sound is traveling until it hits each of the stairs. So you are hearing like a lot of echoes at the same time. That's why it sounds like wee wee, because it's a lot of echoes at the same time.
Now, did they do it for a certain reason?
There's no evidence about the Mayans building that castle with that intention, in order to produce a song. There's no evidence about that. There's no representations.
I wonder.
Yeah. You know, it just happens in all flat place with the stairs. If you go to any other Mayan ruin or Aztec pyramid, any other flat place with the stairs, and you clap before the stairs, you will hear the same echo. But with the tour guides, we say that that's the peep from a bird, which is called the quetzal, and was considered as a holy bird among the Mayans. Because if you hear the sound of that bird, sounds really similar to this echo.
Alright, here's another ruin here. You see some of the snake heads here. It's really cool. You got some guys, they're actually working on some stuff over there. But this is pretty cool. One little fun thing. Rewind the vlog. Go to embarkation day. Look at me now. I'm just telling you. Typically on these cruises, I get like really dark. So look, from yesterday's video till the end of the cruise, see how dark I get. Just pay attention to that. So many different ruins here. Man. This is really cool. The little snake heads and everything.
We are entering in the ball court, yeah? Yeah, this was basically a stadium.
So there's people fighting
A
here?
stadium, basically,
They
the
had
ball
these big
court.
rubber balls.
Yeah, sure. At the end of the explanation, we show you a real ball.
Okay.
It
Cool.
was made by obtaining the sap from the chico zapote tree. And they used to vulcanize that sap.
Wasn't the ball really heavy, like back in the day, like 40, 50 pounds? didn't they say?
Yeah, like 40 pounds. Yeah.
So what would they do? Like play games or? Oh.
Basically, they used to believe that the ball was the representation or manifestation of the solar energy, of the energy from the sun. So they used to believe I cannot touch fire. So they used to hit the ball by using the knees, by using the shoulder, the rest of your body, you know,
Yeah.
the shoulders, the elbows, because they used to believe was fire. And they were trying to make a score through their rings without touching with the hands or feet.
Oh, so it's like a game.
Yeah, basically they used to go up these platforms, and from the platforms, from up of the platforms, they used to hit the ball. Over there are some. Yeah, they used to like jump above this platform, trying to score, to make a score through the ring. In here, it's possible to see some carvings, but I will be honest, these are really horrific carvings because are representing human sacrifice, you know? Can you see? There's a character here. There's someone. He's wearing on his headdress with feather, with jewelry, with a jade septum. Yeah? If you look to his hand, he's taking a knife. He have a knife. Can you see
I can
that?
see, yeah.
It's an obsidian blade. Because the Mayans, they never developed iron or metallic tools. And in the other hand, can you see what is he carrying?
It looks like
See
some
the-
kind of
Oh, a head.
head, yeah?
Yeah, he's carrying
Yeah,
someone's
he's
head.
carrying a head. He's taking
Right
a
there,
head.
like a woman's head.
Can you see that? Yes.
You can see like right there, carrying a head.
And if we continue watching the rest of the carvings, we will see at the center there's a representation of a ball, yeah, with the carving of a skull. Apparently that skull is talking, probably is explaining to us what is happening in the ceremony.
Yeah.
And there's one more character over there, yeah, he's like on this position,
Right.
but we are missing his head, yeah. We can see that from his head is emerging a lot of arteries, yeah, with the shape of snakes. But if we follow one of those arteries, one of those bloodlines, we will see that the blood becomes on life, flowers, fruits, plants, vegetation. So this is one of the best examples of duality among the Mayans. They used to believe that it was necessary to give something to receive something. So the duality was super important because they used to say death provides life. and life provides this. Per side, the point of reference will be the ball at the center, but per side, on both sides, it's possible to see 7 players per side. So probably they are representing 2 teams, that one and this another one.
Okay.
And also above these carvings it's possible to see this kind of column, which is representing a feather snake. That was the most important god on Chichen Itza. And there are some temples on this area. Can you see that building above this wall?
Right, yeah.
Well, that's the upper temple of tigers. Inside that temple there are some murals, and those murals are representing a war between a neighbor city and Chichen Itza. That city was called Ekbalam, which means the start of the jaguar.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Wow, the history here in Mexico is quite wild. So for 300 years, the Spanish controlled Mexico for quite some time. Apparently it was called New Spain. And after the Spanish Inquisition, they called this place Mexico. But the Mayans, man, so much history here with what they've done over the years. A lot of cool stuff to see. Now, if you ever come here, like some of the stuff you can see, it has been redone and repurposed. But you can see a lot of the original stuff, and you see that those upper chambers there where there's murals and things. You can see on the end right there, and on the end there, you can see it's carved like a snake, and you can see a snake's head right there at the end. You see here. There it is, you can see the snake head. Obviously, it's seen better days. Here's more of another picture of it. You can see a lot better look there. You can see they have very steep stairs that go up the back side of this and up to the top. Wow, you can see it. There's a dog up at the top over there. But wow, just imagine the civilization here. Now apparently there were 18 dynasties in the Mayan times before the Spanish came and infiltrated their way into Mexico, well, New Spain. And yeah, so these are some of the remnants of what's left. Now, all throughout Mexico, there are a lot of other ruins and things, but this is just one site. Tomorrow in Cozumel, I do plan to go see some ruins in Cozumel, so stay tuned for that if you guys like the ruins and things. One thing to note, if you come here, they don't take US dollars, it's pesos only. So if you don't bring, pesos, bring your credit card. Otherwise, you're gonna be stuck. Now, to talk more about the situation with cameras and things like that, you can bring a GoPro in a case, but it cannot, like, it's the Volta. If you know what the Volta is, it's the tripod handle that has a battery and a microphone. You can't bring that. But you can bring it without phone or digital camera, like a DSLR, which is very strange to me. The rules here, it seems like it's a money grab. I will say this, and I don't recommend you do this because I don't want to promote anything nefarious. You can smuggle it. There are ways around it if you're clever enough, but look at this here. It looks like some thing there. Wow. And I don't know what the big deal is about a GoPro and a microphone. You can bring a DSLR, and you could even bring a phone that has a lavalier mic and get back. It's just stupid rules, man. Really, really stupid rules. See this little iguana. Little guy's having the time of his life. Oh wow, this little disc here, you can put this over your eye and see the sun. And it doesn't even hurt your eyes at all. Almost like a sunglass, but better. So like, you see the sun right there. You put this over, and you can see the sun there. It's a lot more drowned out. And then there, actually pretty cool. Can I see this?
Then you're a god because it shines.
Wow.
So in that
This is that ball he was talking about that on the other side. They used to play games with this. It's not hard, but it is. It's like soft a little bit, but it's made out of rubber. This thing bounces. Wow. That's crazy. Apparently they had some that would weigh like 40, 50 pounds, which imagine that's a lot bigger than this. But like he was saying, they would hit this with their elbows, knees, and hips and shoulders. Wow, this is actually really cool.
And that's why we consider that the human sacrifice was probably a punishment, because thanks to the colonial chronics, you know, the Spaniards were fighting against the Aztecs and the Mayans. But we know that sometimes when the Spaniards were defeated, they used to cut the head from the Spaniards, and they used to place the head of the Spaniards in these platforms, which are called sopantlis.
You can see all the skulls there.
And if you really pay attention to the carvings, to the details, you will see that apparently the skulls were placed on wood sticks. Can you see that?
Yes, I can see. Yeah, I can see the. This would have been really nice to see with all the colors and everything, but as time goes by, these things happen. So, but you can still see, if you really pay close attention, you can see what stories are being told.
Each of the columns is representing a different warrior. Two of those columns are representing female warriors. Well, originally there was a roof above the columns, but eventually it fell down. And at the top of the platform, let's stop here. Between the two columns, it's possible to see one of these figural altars, a reclining figure, a chacmol. Can you see that?
Yeah, you can see the first two on the left and right.
That's right. And also it's possible to see the representations of the tail of a rat, of a rattlesnake, just above the columns. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Above the two columns at the center.
Are they going to try to restore the roof?
Yeah, they are trying to restore the monument. And above the stairs, can you see just above the staircase, there's a carving. There's a small sculpture representing a small figure. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Like someone above the stairs.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that was a sculpture. That was more like furniture. And if you look at the hands of this sculpture, you will see that there's a hole in the hands of this sculpture. Is there where they used to place some flags or standards? Yeah. And well, there are also some carvings representing the face of the rainbow chak. In the corner of the upper temple, it's possible to see a shape like a
hook.
Like a hook. Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
see.
that is representing the nose from the rainbow chak. I will say chak looks like a SpongeBob because if you look at the other representations just beside the entrance of the temple, can you see the carvings just beside the entrance?
Right.
Are also representing the face of the rainbow of chak. Yeah. Can you see per side there are 3 carvings representing the face of chak rainbow, which looks really similar to SpongeBob. And if you go closer, you will see that the carvings representing the warriors. Yeah.
Oh, I can see. Yeah, I can see it. Wow, this is really cool. I don't know if you can pick this up on camera. You can see the carvings. Here we are going to another area. Yeah, I'm just curious what's back here. Oh wow.
like in that area, you look some smaller stones.
Totally different area back here.
With the same type of stones or that one.
Wow.
But they make these little blocks.
Wow, you can see there are more columns and more stuff to see.
Because with that they make
Wow.
best decoration.
Wow, this is a really cool area. A lot of nice trees. It's much cooler in this area. A lot cooler in this area because obviously it has more shade. Here's another view of that one. This is like from the south side of this structure. Man, it's really cool. Again, this is the main attraction here in Chichen Itza. So we arrived at the cenotes and we walked through this nice jungly, tropically area. I can't wait for the cenote. It's a sinkhole, basically. But I think we're gonna eat first and then hit the cenotes. It took us about maybe like 20 minutes from Chichen Itza to get here. And then once we're done here, we gotta take the 2-hour drive back to Progreso. Nice little walk. You know, for those of you that love cruising, this kind of reminds me of Coco Cay. That portion where you take to get to South Beach, there's an area that if you do not take the trolley, where you can walk through like a little jungly area. Now, if you remember in Coco Cay, there's a lot more jungly. It's a lot more vegetation that you're walking through, and it's much more like compact and you're more confined. So it's literally makes you feel more like you're walking through like a wilderness. But that just reminded me of Coco Cay. So now it's time for us to eat. A lot of nice vegetation here. It's time to throw down. Let's do it. All right, here are the tacos. I already took a bite. They're really nice. Get some sauce and some, you know what that is. But yeah, it's actually pretty good. And here we are. Guys, this is what I meant why it reminds me of Coco Cay.
Yeah.
Going to South Beach. Time to go to the cenotes. But I gotta get changed first. So I'm gonna take a peek. Let's see what we got. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's a long way down. I got my life vest. Now it's time to jump in now. It looks like maybe it's not as in depth. I don't know. We'll find out. Wow, look at this. Wow. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
This reminds me of the Queen's Staircase in Bahamas, Nassau.
Right, that is it.
Yeah, it's a little bit wider, but it's like a lot of stairs and yeah, like this, a little bit wider, but it's like a little cave here that we got to go through. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Ah, okay. I guess you leave your stuff here. Ah, and here's the cenote. Oh. Let's go this way. Let's take a quick peek. Oh man, this looks crazy. That would be cool if you can jump from there down into here. But look at the water, and you can see from there. So look, we gotta hop in. I gotta get you guys a closer look. I guess you gotta just go straight in. Here, I'm gonna just. You gotta just.
Yeah, just don't fall again.
I wonder if this is the secret passageway to get to over there where you can jump from the top of the cenote. Man, I would love to do that, but Debbie Downers here. They don't want you to have too much fun. You can have fun, just not too much fun. We're gonna find some cliffs to jump on one of these days. It's time to hop back on the bus and head back to the ship. So later, I think I'm gonna eat at Giovanni's later and probably go work out when I get back on the ship and do some other things. But see you guys back on the ship. Well, it is, let's see, 6:15. I'm gonna go eat I was about to say chops. I'm actually going to go eat at Giovanni's. I just finished working out, and I did a little bit of hooping too. It's just so windy, man. It's hard to like hoop for real on these cruise ships. I'm gonna go up to Giovanni's and eat, but before that, I'm gonna go stop at the shops, because remember I was talking about that fragrance in, you know, the last video. I'm gonna go give that thing a test run. I'm gonna spray it and see how I like it, because I might be getting me some Versace Eros energy. Here it is. Potential purchase. Wow, actually I forgot that it's Western night. And there actually are some people dressed up like a Western. It's kind of cool. Well, I think I know what I'm gonna get. I'm probably gonna get 2 orders of the calamari. I'll probably get the seared filet mignon with the gnocchi, what's that, gorgonzola right there. And of course I'm gonna skip the desserts because I don't like their desserts. You know what I might do? I might end up going over to Chops and get dessert over there after this, or ask them if they can get me dessert from Chops and bring it over here. So another thing I forgot, it's day 3 and I keep forgetting to bring the wine with me. I got 2 bottles of wine in my room and I keep forgetting to bring the damn wine. I meant to bring it yesterday, and then I meant to bring it today as well. Man, the calamari is here. 2 orders. Ooh, I love this calamari. All right, here's the steak. I ordered the filet mignon, naked, no. It normally comes with mashed potatoes and broccoli. I didn't get it. And then I got the gnocchi gorgonzola. So, figure I got my protein in here, especially after the workout. So, this is gonna go hit the spot. What would you all consider this? I ordered this medium. What would you consider this? Look, I'm over here watching the Boston OKC game. Kind of funny, you know, ordinarily I would not do this. Like even if I were like in the main dining or had someone with me, I wouldn't be watching a basketball game while eating. But these are the things you can do when you're solo on a cruise. But they hooked me up. They're actually gonna bring dessert over from Chops, which, I mean, Chops is literally right next door, like on the other side of that wall right there. Chops is over there. So I got 2 slices of cheesecake coming. Let the games begin. With the whole dilemma with the steak situation, I think what I'm gonna do next time I order steak, I'm just gonna order medium rare, because it seems like they're overcooking them. Which, I mean, look, could I have sent it back? Yes. Do I have time for that? No. So, you know, just something to learn from for next time. I'll just do medium rare and we'll just keep it like that. Man, this is a good game. Tied up. The cheesecake has arrived. Ooh, let's dig in, let's dig in. That looks so good. Whoa, I'm here at the Cool Theater. I'm gonna go watch this production show. It starts at 9:15. I tell you what, you saw the other day, I left the comedy show early, which actually they're having a comedy show tonight at like 10:30, but I'm actually gonna, if I don't like this, I'm out. For me, there's really no reason to stay. And again, I recommend you guys, if you don't like a show, walk out. Don't feel bad like you're held captive. You didn't have to pay for this. It's part of your cruise fare. Not feeling that at all. The only reason I made it to 15 minutes of that show is because I was actually in my phone looking at videos. I guess I'll come back for the adult comedy show later. In the meantime, I guess I can, you know, I'm walking here through the pit stop. Maybe I'll watch some of this Denver-Minnesota game. See if Denver can knock out Minnesota in this game. You know, I'm a Warriors fan and Minnesota's right below the Warriors, so hopefully they could do their job and help keep the Warriors out the play-in. And hopefully, dang, see, Minnesota's up by 9 right now. They're up by 9. It's still early though. It's still early, so dang it, Mike Conley just hit a 3. Dang, man. All right, I'm gonna check back in the 4th quarter, because you know how the NBA is. These games don't get good until the 4th quarter. Guys, look, I broke down and got it, y'all. I broke down and got it. $104. Now look, I could have gotten this cheaper. online, but it's just a small sacrifice for what I have to pay. So, man, I love this stuff. I absolutely love it. I mean, I'm not even a Creed Aventus fan or an Aventus Cologne fan or really an Armaf Club de Nuit Intense or the limited edition big fan, but I like this for some reason. It's just slightly different, but I'm gonna enjoy wearing this. So I kind of feel bad. I done bought my Creed Virgin Island water, my Moleculo 2, and my Mancera Cedral Rosé, all to get kicked out by Versace. How about that? Now it's on to the comedy show. Man, look at Denver, man. They over here getting blown out. This is crazy, man. All right, I'm in the comedy show. We got about 5 minutes till the show starts. Now look, you remember what happened on the, I guess, the family comedy show? Again, I said, I've seen this guy on Mariner in December, and he was using some of the same jokes in that set. So I don't know in this set if he's gonna run some of the same material from his adult show in December. If he does, I'm sorry, but I gotta leave.
Well, this is an adult show, right? We're all on the same page there, yes? Yeah. Okay, well, I've done this for a while, and I've learned sometimes that means different things. So I'm going to feel you out. Okay, I'm going to throw out just a little jokey joke, right? A little street joke. But I've done this over the years. I've learned how to adjust. So I'm going to see how you laugh, and then we're going to move on from there. Sound good to y'all? Yeah. All right, if I'm going to tell you a joke, say, John, tell us a joke. John, tell us a joke. Guy comes home from work, right? Finds his wife furiously packing her bags. He says, woman, where the hell are you going? She says, I'm going to Las Vegas. Because I just read in a magazine I can get paid $400 for a blowjob, and I'm sick and tired of doing that for you for free. He's like, oh, okay, all right, sure. He starts packing his bags. She's like, where the hell are you going? Says, oh, I'm going to Vegas too. Because I want to see how you live on $800 a year.
All right, I left the comedy show early. I can tell that he was doing some jokes that I've seen before. Only a few different ones, but for the most part, he was doing the same joke. So I'm gonna shut it down. I'm gonna make my way to the room and get some shut-eye, because I'm gonna try to get some good sleep, because tomorrow in Cozumel, there is gonna be a lot of fun stuff going on tomorrow in Cozumel. We got a long time. We've got 9:30 to 6:30 in Cozumel tomorrow, which means there's a lot of shenanigans that are gonna happen. And I've got to get my revenge on Cozumel, because the last time I tried to spend all day scootering and going crazy around Cozumel, we almost got left by the ship. I don't think that video is out yet, so stay tuned, subscribe to the channel and all that nonsense to see that video, but I'll see you guys in the next one.